Hello everyone. So I have just woken up, as you can probably tell. Um, but I had quite an experience last night that I feel like I need to talk about because it was amazing. That's the I just the only thing to say. It was just amazing. As you can tell from the title, this is going to be about the B.A.P concert live in London that I went to last night. and I was like grinning now because I'm just like remembering, and it's just yeah. So let's go. So I have been to a K-pop concert before. I went and saw Infinite last November up in London as well. And when I first found out about the B.A.P tickets, oh, what's on my eye? Ow, wait a second. When I first found out about the B.A.P tickets, I was like, I have to go. I definitely have to go. I love B.A.P. Like, they're not one of my ultimate bias groups, but Infinite aren't one of my ultimate bias groups anyway either. And I saw them as well. and so I'm gonna try and lay out my day. So I woke up at about 10 o'clock. I had a bath. I tried to make myself look slightly attractive. Yes, I know it seems slightly impossible when I have a face like this, but it's okay. I looked alright. But, so yeah, and then we left about 1 o'clock, I would say, like quarter to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I live about, from London, I live about 2.5 hours away, 2.5, maybe 3 hours away from London. So we got up to Surrey, which is the county I come from, which is just next to London, at about 2:30. So it actually only took us, or was it about 2:30? No, it was about 3 o'clock, I would say. So it took us about 2 hours, 2.5 hours to get up there. And we went to a place called, this is me and my parents, by the way, they were driving me up because they were being very kind, because they don't trust me yet to go on the train by myself. But I went up to a place called New Malden, and New Malden is like known as a like Korea town, like not actual like Koreatown because that's like a different place like Chinatown, but it's known that there's a lot of like Korean shops, a lot of Korean people living there, and there were loads of like Korean shops and everything. And then I went to a place called H-Mart, which is a Korean food shop and other Korean items shop, and they also sell K-pop like albums. And yeah, I got a couple of CDs. I wish I hadn't spent so much there because I had £50 to spend overall, plus my parents gave me £5, so I had £55. I spent about £40 in the H-Mart shop when I shouldn't have, because there was merch at the B.A.P concert. I didn't think there was. I had read somewhere that there was not merch at the B.A.P concert, so I made a huge mistake. But I did still get some merch at the B.A.P concert, so it was alright. But from H-Mart, I got 2 CDs. I got, I'm having trouble like holding it. I got Block B's Jackpot. I would have gotten this album anyway, even if I had known that there was merch at the B.A.P concert, because the CD is amazing. And like, there's only 3 songs, but I just love the album overall. So I got that, and it cost me £20, which is a lot for an album. So considering I could have got it for like £10 on eBay, or plus shipping, but I could have gone it for quite a bit cheaper, I would say. As for a photo card, I got like the black and gold name thing, which was really annoying. I was kind of annoyed about because it wasn't a very good card. I wanted a member, but alas, I did not get a member. But it's okay. Something's like falling down off my wall here. Just trying to stick it back up. Okay, so I'll just leave that there. And then I got Teen Top's Class Edition as well, and I got Cap's card for this album, and this one was £14.99, so £15, so slightly cheaper than the Block B album. And I wish I had bought B.A.P's Bad Man. I'm so angry. For some reason, I must have looked at it and just like completely blanked it from my head. I should have got B.A.P's Bad Man instead of Teen Top's Class Edition, and I was so annoyed when I like looked over my pictures, because I took a picture of the CD, the shelves that they had, which you can see on my Instagram, Scarlett, quite like my YouTube name, but it doesn't have space in the middle. It's not my name, by the way. My name's Chelsea. Don't ask me why my username is that. It's just, I don't even know. But I had a picture of that, and then I like looked at it and I was like, B.A.P Bad Man, and I was like, oh my god. So I was kind of a bit pissed about that, but I'm thinking if I come across some money, no, I'm not sure when I'm next getting paid. I have to work a Wednesday, and then the Wednesday next week, and then the Friday this week for no wages because I made a mistake with something in the shop in where I work, and I have to pay my mum back because I work for my mum. And then on this Saturday, I've got to earn money to pay a girl something because of something, I don't know. And then so probably next Saturday, I'm gonna, hopefully if I have enough money, and I'm also gonna try and sell some photo cards and all that lot on here on YouTube, so I can make some money, and then hopefully I'm gonna be able to buy like a couple of B.A.P albums. I really want Bad Man, and I really want I'm gonna get the Korean ones first. What ones do I have? Power, Stop It, and One Shot. I really want Bad, and that was her first sensibility. I want Bad Man, and I'm gonna get Warrior, I think, as well, and then I'm gonna get Crash and No Mercy, or I might get No Mercy and my voice is a bit and Bad Man, yeah. So hopefully I'll be able to buy the albums because I'm so into B.A.P now. I'm like, oh, I love B.A.P. So yeah, and then also from the H-Mart store, I just remembered, I also got a couple of posters. And I got an SNSD Mr. Mister poster because they're my favourite girl group, and this is like oh my god, I love this poster. They had like, in terms of what they had for like sale, they had like a good range. They didn't have like loads and hundreds of albums. They had maybe like 40 different albums, I would say, and posters they didn't have loads. They had like 20 different ones, so they didn't, it was good. It was a good selection, I would say. They didn't have like all my favourite groups though, so I was like wait, that's not that's something I made. I'm umming a lot because I'm trying to think of what to talk about. Umming. And then I got a pink kind of poster, which only cost me £1.50. The Mr. Mister poster was £1.99. Their posters were like on sale, but I only got the Mr. Mister one because they didn't have any other groups that I really liked, other than B.A.P, which I should have got, but they ended up buying it from the concert for even more, for like another £1 more because I didn't think about it. But yeah, so I got an an anime kind of poster, and then I got an Infinite kind of poster as well. And I got this one because Sungjung looks gorgeous. He's my bias. So yeah. Now moving on to the actual B.A.P concert, which I'm so sure is what most of you probably tuned in for. Okay, so after we went to H-Mart, we went back down to Surrey, which took about 20 minutes, half an hour, to see my auntie who lives there, and then we stayed there for about 40 minutes, and then we went back up. Sorry about the mess of my bed, by the way, it's really messy. Then we went back up to try to go to Brixton O2 Academy, which is where the concert was. Doors opened at 7 o'clock, and the concert started at 8. And when we got there, it was like 7:10, something like that, because we got a bit lost and my parents were like shouting at each other, and it was really annoying. And it was like, I was just sat in the back like, stop shouting at each other, because my dad didn't know where he was going. He's been there before. He's been in the area before, because obviously they used to live up there. Well, not obviously, but they used to live up there when they was like really young. They lived in Surrey for like their whole lives, and he kind of remembered, but he didn't. And then we had to he was like looking on my mum's like phone, like, I can't see. But I had 2 friends there waiting for me. Hey, you guys, if you're watching this, because you may do, because that's Charlotte and Sophia, and we're buddies. We met at Infinite last year, and they waited for me, which was really, really nice. And I was a bit hyper at the time, even though I hadn't eaten anything. But they waited for me, and then we went in together, and we got actually inside the venue about 7:15. We had to walk all the way around the venue to get back in again. And the first thing I saw is that there was merchandise, and I was like, my face just dropped, and I was like, but I did get some merch. I got the band, is that the right way up? I think it is, yep. I got the B.A.P bandana, official bandana, which is so really, like, absolutely gorgeous. This cost me £10, which is, I would say it's worth it. I'm sure you could get it on, like, online for cheaper when they release all the stuff from the concert after the whole tour has ended, which is what usually happens. That happened with Infinite as well. They sold like clear files and the pins like after the concert. And then I also got a poster. I got my Jello baby. As you can see, it is huge. Like, look how small my head is. I got Jello's poster, and if I had had enough money, I didn't think about it at the time, but I wish I had bought Dahyun's as well, because Dahyun is found like my joint bias in B.A.P because he is amazing. And a thing I bought afterwards, well, my Charlotte bought it for me and I have to pay her back, is I bought like a fake First Sensibility poster when I could have got the real one from H-Mart for like £1 less, which is really annoying, but it's okay. And I need to like rub out the crease. And yeah, oh no wait, there's one thing else. And about a couple of weeks ago, I had heard about a high touch event after the concert, and I had bought an album, a signed album, so I could try and get it. Sadly, I did not get the high touch event. Charlotte and Sophia told me about three girls sat behind them that all got it, and I was there like, it's okay, it's all good, yeah, I can do with it. But yeah, I got the First Sensibility album, which is what I bought, and I thought it was signed by all of them. But there was like 2,000 copies they had to sign, so I just got it signed by one member, and mine is signed by Youngjae, and I'm really happy. He's my 4th favourite member: Jello, Dahyun, Jungkook, Youngjae, Jungkook, Himchan. So I'm very pleased. I'm just happy I've got it like signed by one member, to be honest. So yeah, I got that signed by him, and I'm like, my precious. I'm just saying, it made me feel like really excited. At first I thought I got Jungkook, but then I like looked up online, and I got Youngjae. I actually think like they're like my joint third biases, like Youngjae and Jungkook. Maybe Youngjae's third actually. I don't know. But yeah, and I was really happy, and I got Dahyun's photo card, so it was meant to be like, even though Jello is like kind of my bias, he's been my bias ever since they debuted, like, because of his chancery, and like all of a sudden, like I liked Dahyun. He was like my 3rd favorite member, and like Jungkook was my 2nd favorite member, and then it was Jungkook, Youngjae, Himchan. Himchan didn't really interact a lot in the concert, I would say, so that's probably why he hasn't like moved up my biases or anything. I still love him to death, obviously, but yeah, and Dahyun was like so interactive with the fans, and then he did these, like, his voice was just like, I was just like, no, Dahyun, and then he did these high notes, and I was like, my face just like dropped. in the song Body and Soul, which is like my new favourite B.A.P song, and he goes, I was just like, oh my god, shit, man, oh no. Yeah, it was just amazing, and I believe, so yeah, he's my 2nd favourite member. He's like my joint bias now, actually, I would say. So I'm hoping I'll be able to buy his poster sometime. But my voice is a bit. But so I'm gonna like talk about the concert now. I'm like 14 minutes in, I haven't even actually properly started talking about the concert. Sorry about that. So we were like waiting for merch, and we had to queue for ages because there was like so many fans. I'm so glad they bought so much merch, because if it had been sold out, I would have been really upset. But we literally got our merch just as like the scream started for when like the title stuff came up, I'm guessing. So we like sprinted up the stairs, and I'm not very fit at all. I'm like quite an unfit girl. So I was there like, oh god, I get to B.A.P. Like that. It was like, now thinking back on it, like I didn't have to rush, but I did anyway because it was important. But we got up, and then me and Charlotte and Sophia like parted. Those two went together because they got seats next to each other, and I was like at the complete like opposite end. Well, I think they were like slightly behind me, actually, like behind me to like the left, like that direction. to the right for me, behind me to the right, but if I'm like face like this, that's right shoulder, yeah. I'm like left and right. But so we got in there, and then I had no idea how to get to my seat, because when I went to see Infinite, there wasn't, all the balcony wasn't completely full up yet, people were still coming in, but for B.A.P most people had already sat down, so I'm there like trying to search for my seat with my light. I'm like, where the hell am I sat? I almost swore then, where the hell am I sat? I don't even know where I'm going. So I'm like in like a daze, like trying to find where I'm sat, and then I find my seat. I'm like, there's like a row in front of me, or is there 2 rows in front of me? I think there's just like a row in front of me, and then there's like the people with like the lights, like the spotlights like shining, which is really annoying, because in all my fan cams, like all you could see was like this head with like the light, and I'm like, shit man. But so I sat down and I was like hello to the girl, and the girl that I met there, and she was like hello. But the like title thing had already like started, like when it's introducing them. And so I like chucked my bag on the floor, got out my camera, my phone, and as you can see I have a pink kind of Matoki for Him-chan. Like, even though I didn't get it for Him-chan, I got it because it's pink and it's a bunny. But now that I think about it, this is my showing that I do love Him-chan. But I'm there and I'm like filming like this, like struggling to get my camera on. And so I like hold it up, and there's these 2 girls in front of me, and they've got their cameras on too. And they keep moving like this, so I'm there like struggling to like try and not let them, you know, cover up my screen. And the music like started, and it was, how did it start? It was like B.A.P. That's my younger version. It was like B.A.P. live on Earth, and I was like, ah! Like screaming. I tried not to scream as much in this concert as I did at Infinite, because I ended up like tearing my vocal cords, and I'm like trying to see what it was. I'm gonna try and turn it around. Like, it was like this. As you can see, there's those 2 girls in front of me, and I was like struggling to like keep my phone straight. But it started like that. You can hear the screaming, and then it kind of was just like this, and it was like really, you could feel the bass in like even up in the balcony, you could feel it, and my heart was like going like out of control, and I'm like like freaking out. And then I have to know, I'm not sure if it's an actual, I don't think it's a B.A.P song at all. I think it was just they used it for their intro, but I need like a good quality, like I don't ever like think that I've ever come across like an intro song for a concert that I just have to have. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna find it, but it sounds like it's a song, but it was like mental, and it sounded like a kind of like dubstep, like it was like mental, and it reminded me of kind of like the other music I listened to, like Pendulum and the Prodigy, and then they were all like doing their rapping bits and like singing, and I was like, Jesus Christ. And I'm there like my heart's pumping, and then it goes, then like B.A.P Live on Earth 2014 comes up, and there's like a load of gunshots, and you're like, I know what the song is. And then this shows all like the gunshots on like the glass of the screen, and then it goes psh, and they go I can't even remember because I was excited talking about it. Then Jungkook's line from One Shot comes in, let me tell you. I can't even do it. And then the screen starts going up, and then Jungkook like walks down, and then they all start like swaggering on stage, and I kind of lost it a little bit. And like they started with One Shot, then they did Bad Man, and then they did a couple of songs from First Sensibility. Like I think they did Bang Bang, I'm not sure. I like took a fan cam of at least every single song. Like, I tried to take a little bit of each song. Oh no, they did they did One Shot, Bad Man, and then they did Power, and then they had like a little talking section, and they were talking about coffee for some reason, because they were, or did they did no they didn't, they did another song which I can't remember, because I don't think I took a fan cam of it. No, I did take a fan cam of it, which was annoying, but there was hearts everywhere. That's the only thing I can say. Yeah, and then they did a talking section, and then they sang Coffee Shop, which is my favourite B.A.P song. I'm actually wondering if the song they sung before Coffee Shop was Body and Soul, because I just have like a record. Oh yeah, it was, because it's the. How dare you drive past my window? Anyway, because it has like the kind of like electronic sound to it. Yeah, it was Body and Soul, which is like my new favorite B.A.P song, and they did Coffee Shop. I'm like trying to listen because I'm got really bad memory, and then they were like giving out their drinks to fans in the like the standing areas, which was mental. No, that sounds like Body and Soul. No, I think they sung Body and Soul after Coffee Shop, so I'm not sure what the one before was. I know it was something off of First Sensibility. I'm pretty sure. Then they did more songs from First Sensibility. Then they did some dancing. I'm trying to remember. I can't even remember. I'm just like, it was so amazing. Then they just did like loads more songs, like Bang Bang, Spy. Then they did Rain Sound, which is like another one of my favourite B.A.P songs. I think I recorded all of this. Yeah, I recorded all of Rain Sound, thank God. And then Jong-Up did his like solo dance, and I'm like, he's the only one who got like a solo bit, but I'm really happy about it because he went like that, and it saw these abs, and I was like, shit, holy shit, shut up. And yeah, oh my God, it was beautiful, and he's such a good dancer. But I knew he was gonna rip open his shirt, but I wasn't prepared. So that was amazing. And then they sung another song off of First Sensibility. I'm not that good with the names for the First Sensibility songs because I hadn't listened to the album yet before I went and saw them, which is like such a bad thing to do. I should not have done that. But I think because I didn't have the album yet, so you know. And then they did a dance thing where you had to like learn the dance like this, like that. I can still remember it. And then it was like that, and then you had to like nod your head and then high five with the people next to you. I had like a dude sat next to me who was obviously with his girlfriend, who was just like, he was just sat there just like quiet. I think he might have fell asleep actually. He did that, and then they were wearing horse masks. I'm pretty sure it was like Jello, or maybe it was like a backup dancers. Maybe they were backup dancers. But I realised why in Jello's Instagram update he had the, you know, with the horse mask. And then they did a song which I can't remember. That one. Again, I'm not sure what it is because I've got really bad memory. And oh, I need to like share this because I've got a really adorable picture of Jello, and it's really cute, and he's like smiling, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm biased. And the person with like the horse mask next to him looks really short next to him, but I'm pretty sure it's one of like a backup dancer, and I'm tiny, so I'm like, Jesus Christ, he must be hella tall, like, ugh. They did another song for Visibility, and then they did Hurricane, I'm pretty sure, which is a fantastic song, you have to admit. No, then they did Spy, sorry, and then they did Hurricane, I think, yeah. And then they had like another talky bit, then they did some more songs, and they were like, oh, it's our last song, and I was like, what? It's been like an hour and a half! And then they like went off stage, and they showed like some tweets. You can't really see, but they wrote tweets. I didn't get Youngkook's because I didn't realise what was happening. But Chan said, I love you, London. I love you, always with me. Smiley face, good night. Dahyun said, everybody party tonight, let's go London. Youngjae, don't forget tonight, thank you so much, hashtag London. Jungkook said, thank you, London, hashtag I love you. And Jello said, I love y'all. Y'all American? Oh, not American. I love y'all, hashtag London. I hope to meet you guys again and again. And I'm like, my baby. And then they did Angel, which I was like really happy about. I couldn't get like a really long fan cam of it though, which was really annoying. And then they did another talk, and then they did Warrior, and then they ended. And that was it, pretty much. I was disappointed that it wasn't like a 3-hour concert like I thought it was going to be. Like, they said from 8 until 11, and Infinite was like 3.5 hours, I think, I would assume. But I don't know, it was just a bit odd that they didn't have like a whole maybe like 3 hour stage, I would say. But I still think it was worth it at the same time, because I love B.A.P now. I love B.A.P, and if you want to see like all my pictures and video uploads, you can look on my Instagram again. And yeah, I was really happy that I had gone and seen B.A.P, and afterwards I met up with Charlotte and Sophia again. The girl next to me, I got her Facebook, but she hasn't like accepted my friend request yet, so she's probably just gonna ignore me. Whatever, we didn't really talk. I was just like, do you want to add me on Facebook because you're like my B.A.P friend? And she's like, yeah, sure. I came by myself. And then I actually did make a sign like this that we were meant to hold up in With You, but they didn't sing With You, and they just put it as like the end credits song, which was really annoying because it was like a project. But I don't know, something weird happened, like they didn't sing it, I don't know. But then we went out, and then we all had to wait round by the tour bus, and we were like waiting there for like half an hour. It was like about 10 past 11 when we went out, and then we waited there, no, 10 past 10, sorry, my bad. And then me, Charlotte and Sophia, and then like loads of other people were like waiting for them to come out. I only waited until 11 o'clock because I had made my parents rush to come pick me up because of like when the concert had ended. So we're like waiting for B.A.P to come out. I had to go though at 11 because of my parents, and we had to get home because it was like another 2.5 hour journey back home. So I left, and you know, I got in the car. I got home safely, which is good. I'm home now. And I didn't go to college today because I was like too tired to go. And I wouldn't have gone because we got back at like 3 a.m. and I would have had to get up at 6:30 a.m. But Charlotte and Sophia told me that they saw Him Chan, Jungkook and Daehyun up in the, because we were like on like a corner, and then there was like the building, and there was like some 2 glass windows with like some stairs round, and obviously those 3 came up and like waving at the windows, and then they went back up, and then they went somewhere else, and then they like walked, I think, like walked down, and obviously the fans were going mental, and they said that they saw Daehyun and he was wearing glasses and he looked really cute. I'm not sure about the other members though, they didn't really say. But yeah, but they came out at like 10:30, 20 to 12, and I was already, you know, heading home by then, so I could not have stayed for like another 40 minutes. It would have been ridiculous. So yes, that's I've spoken way too much. But that was my rendition of what happened at the B.A.P concert and what happened in my day. B.A.P are now one of my favourite groups. I don't know, I just think it was just such an incredible experience. Even though it wasn't my first K-pop concert, it wasn't as long as Infinite, there's something about them, I think, that they just have a kind of really impressive, like, stage to them, if that makes any sense. They know how to perform. And it was just, I don't know, it was just incredible. I'm really, really happy, and I'm probably going to go and watch some more fan cams and hang up my like posters and stuff. Even though I have like, as you can see, like picture frames with all my posters and stuff in, but I'm just going to hang them up because, like, I don't even care about the frames at the moment because it was just so amazing. And yeah, I have nothing else to say. Thank you very, very much for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video, and I might go to sleep actually, that's like a better idea.